Good morning. Today's Wednesday, but it feels like a Tuesday. Yesterday was a government holiday, Veterans Day. Today is Wednesday, the 12th of November. We're going to be doing our Tuesday cases today on Wednesday, which would have been a jury day. So we have the pre-exam conferences today. Judge Pattison has the misdemeanor arraignments. He's got a full boat next door. I think
Right from the jump, notice how the judge is juggling holiday scheduling chaos like a courtroom DJ. Quick insight. When courts shift schedules, like doing Tuesday cases on a Wednesday, it often leads to unexpected delays or sharper time management. What do you think? Does this judge's casual tone make the courtroom feel more human or too relaxed?
there may also be a trial going on upstairs. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, which case are you here on?
What's that?
Which case are you here on?
Jacob Vaughn.
All right.
It's been about 10 years since I've been over
Yes,
here
it has.
in Cass County, so I was curious, do I need a prosecutor?
Yes, you do. So we'll catch up with them in a minute. They're usually right here on the tick. It'll
All right.
probably be Josh Robert. So,
Yeah. I spoke with him already. So.
all right. Well, we'll start in a minute. Right now, I'm just turning things on, but welcome back.
Yeah.
All right. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. I'll bring Jacob in. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine. All right. There, I got counsel ready to start. So, we did do the radio program yesterday. It's awfully early to get up, and morning, Josh, listen to that. But if anybody's interested, it is on the WBET Facebook page. Somebody paid actual money to the United Way to have me do that. And I played about 20 songs in 3 hours. That's terrible. There's so much news and weather and commercials. That's all we did. But it was fun to do it. We get to play some songs people don't hear, songs by my kids. Anyway, that was good. Mr. Robert is here. We've got counsel here. It looks like we're ready to start right on the tick. We don't have to wait for arraignments this morning. I said, Josh, it's kind of a privilege. Usually here at 8:30, and I have to wait till the arraignments are done before we can start.
Yeah.
But we don't have them today because it's Wednesday. So we'll start here in a moment. Today's opening line is, our first line of a song is, early one morning, the sun was shining. I was laying in bed. Was wondering if she changed at all, or if her hair was still red. It's from 1975. Some of you may know it. Have a listen. We'll have a shared moment of humanity today. So it's time to get to work. So I'm going to shut off the live chat and go to business. Early one morning, I was lying in bed. Morning, Mr. Truckee.
Good morning, Your Honor.
I brought the wrong pile of files. I'll be going to step out for a moment. I brought the jury schedule pile.
Yeah, so I just carried that out. I mean,
All right.
all of his.
It's all right. Sleeping.
Yeah. Obviously.
Thank you. You can sit back down.
Yeah. Something. Yeah, and I sort of people at the same, but still. That's what I
Don't
get.
rise. Get up and down. Thank you. Sorry, I forgot the wrong pile of files. If anybody did listen to the radio program yesterday. They heard some songs they never heard before. I have somebody that's logged in here as PA office. I'm not sure who that is. Mr. O'Bear is here right on the tick as he normally is. And we're ready to begin. Good morning, everybody. You're here for what's called a pre-exam conference. That's where the parties get together and discuss the case. See if we can reach a resolution. The first matter we're going to address is People versus Jacob Carl Vaughn. Would you come forward, please? Go ahead and have a seat. You'll be more comfortable.
Sorry.
We start early around here. It's 8:31 and we're already at business. Good morning, sir. Jake Carl Vaughn.
Yes.
Counsel of record here is Casey Strong. We haven't yet seen the substitution. Could you go ahead and place your appearance on the record?
Your Honor, Robert Drake from Hills Law, on behalf of the defendant Jacob Vaughn. We executed a substitution yesterday, but I believe all the courthouses in the state were closed for Veterans Day. So I suspect that that's waiting to be filed in the office. I did speak with Ms. Strong about the matter yesterday, so.
All right. Mr. Drake, it's nice to see you.
Yep.
Somehow we lost you for a draft choice and a player to be named later to Cass County, although you're original Colon High School graduate, aren't you?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right. I don't know how we let you slip through our fingers, but that happened somehow. Mr. O'Bear, what's the status of this case?
I believe they want a preliminary exam.
All right, let's take a look at this. I don't know what all judges do. I don't even know what everybody does here, but I at least like to touch base with the parties to make sure they don't owe me any money, to make sure they don't have an open warrant, make sure they're still at the same address. I don't see that Mr. Vaughn owes me any money. The complaint alleges that this happened in the city of Three Rivers on October 28th, second offense, fourth offense. So there's a lot on the line here. A methamphetamine charge as a first offense is punishable by up to 10 years in prison and a fine of up to $15,000.
Pause for a second. This is where things get real. A meth charge alone carries up to 10 years. But stacking priors and habitual offender status, that's how a routine hearing suddenly becomes life-altering. This is why plea deals matter. They're not just bargains, they're strategy. What would you do if you were defense counsel here? Push forward or grab the deal?
$1,000. It's a weird scheme. Heroin's $4, 4 years, $2,000, but methamphetamine is 10 years and $15,000. If you have a second offense, it doubles it, which makes it a 20-year maximum, which you have. You're also alleged to be a fourth habitual offender, making this theoretically punishable by up to life imprisonment. Mr. O'Bear, what's the plea offer?
The plea offer was for him to plead guilty to possession of methamphetamine, would dismiss the fourth habitual, keep the drug double on.
All right, that would still be bad enough. It would limit it to a 20-year maximum, but it would change the guidelines. All right, let's take a look, make sure we're squared away for next Tuesday. In the normal course of events, Mr. Drake, the prelim would be scheduled for next Tuesday. the 18th. So let's see what that date looks like.
One, I would also say it looks like this defendant had contact with police on October 28th, 2025. There's a new warrant request waiting for another count of possession of methamphetamine. No charges have been authorized yet, but running the prelim would prevent us from being able to negotiate a deal on both of those files together.
All right, that's something you may want to discuss. This allegedly occurred, I thought this was October 28th. This is alleged to be October 28th. There's another incident on October. All right. Well, that's it. All right, so there's a new potential warrant under investigation. If you hold the prelim, they're gonna cease negotiations. So right now, it's a little difficult to know what to say because you don't know what's in the other case. It appears to be the same day. So you guys are going to need to be in communication between now and next Tuesday. We're going to set this for preliminary examination for Tuesday, November 18th. Does that work for you, Mr. Drake?
It does, Your Honor. At 1 p.m., correct?
Yes. Mr. Vaughn, do you still live on Wing Road?
No,
Where do you, don't tell me your street address, but where do you live?
Long Neck Road,
All right, you still have a Mendon address, Long Neck Road?
Leandris.
All right, there are bond conditions in effect. You're not to leave the state of Michigan. You're not to certainly get arrested for any other charges. You're not to use any drugs or alcohol. And at some point, we may ask you to take a test to confirm that. But at this point, there is an offer, although it's incomplete.
Well, it looks like I'm wrong. It looks like it just doubled up in our system.
All right, so there's not another thing.
Yeah.
All right, there is not another one. It's the same thing that just got somehow duplicated. So that probably gives you a little relief. But anyway, we're dealing just with the facts of this case from October 28th. All right, you'll be here next Tuesday at 1 o'clock.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Drake's nice to see you again.
Yep.
I'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ross, we have on the top of the pile a request for an adjournment that I didn't address because of the holiday yesterday. Let's talk about Landon Edward Clay. This is file 251873FY. Are you Landon Clay?
Yes.
Mr. Clay is charged with assault, causing an injury, criminal sexual conduct in the 4th degree, and assault and battery. Mr. Truckee, late Monday, had submitted a stipulation to adjourn the pre-exam. I probably saw it about 4:30. Yesterday was a Veterans Day, so we weren't here, indicating defense counsel has a previously scheduled vacation. Was that for today?
Yeah, I came down from Grand Rapids.
Oh my gosh. In addition, this is the better reason. Well, the first is a good reason, but 200 pages of medical documentation were recently received and under review. Mr. Robert has signed the stipulation to adjourn.
Well, and Your Honor, Mr. Truckee and I have talked this morning. He's, I believe, talked to his client. He's submitted a waiver.
Oh,
We're
all
going to
right.
continue working on this case as it goes.
So there's no need for the adjournment.
This moment is gold. The judge calls out the attorney who cut a vacation short. Classic courtroom humor, but also a reminder that legal work stops for no one. Also notice the 200 pages of medical records. That signals complexity behind the scenes. Ever wonder how often big evidence dumps change the entire pace of a case? Let me know in the comments.
And the defendant will waive.
That's correct.
Very good. I'm sorry you had to come back from your vacation. They're hard to get.
It was either one person with a ponytail's mad at me or another.
You picked the wrong person. I'm sorry your wife's mad at you. I would have not been. All right, no need to adjourn. PEC for J. Robert. Defendant executed, I waiver. Mr. Clay, are you still at Frank Jones Road?
Yes.
Let's see if you owe me any money. Doesn't appear that you do. You've been in good contact with your lawyer. Stay in contact with your attorney.
Okay.
You're not to leave the state of Michigan without consent of the judge or the court, and don't get in any more trouble.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, you're good to go, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Robert. What's up, that?
Oh, yeah, that's a good legitimate question. It'll be set for a status conference in the circuit court. We don't yet know what that date will be. It'll be sometime after the first of the year. Okay, thank you. Well, procrastination actually accomplished something, but it didn't do much for poor Ross's vacation. Do we have anything else that we can deal with right now?
I don't believe so.
Do we know anything about any of the other cases?
Yes. Mr. George has submitted waivers on both of Johnny Estel's files.
Johnny J. Estelle. These are older. 241967 FD. And
But he still wants to be heard on bond. He says.
25309 FY. All right, so we may need to. All right, I'll set that aside for a moment. All right. Anything else?
Casey Strong gave us a waiver on Jeffrey Ellis. And Dustin Ace.
Jeffrey Ellis, file number 252034 is a waiver. Dustin Lace, who also goes by Dustin Mautern sometimes, file number 252197 FY is also a waiver. Casey's the duty attorney today.
Yes, I believe so.
All right, we know anything else?
No.
All right, here's Mr. George. Is that another waiver?
Yes. For Mr. Stauffer.
All right, Mr. Stauffer, let's talk to you. Good morning, sir. I feel less stress, but we don't have 22 arraignments before we start. And we start right on time and get right to business, and that's a privilege. I have all the Tuesday arraignments. Are you Kane Hunter Stauffer?
I am.
Mr. Stauffer, you're charged with possession of methamphetamine and fleeing a police officer for fourth degree. I understand you've executed a waiver of your pre-exam. And the matter will be bound over to circuit court. You have an unpaid fee of $125 in an old attempted resisting and obstructing a police officer case. That's file number 182542. So I want you to stop out at the counter and check into paying on that fine and cost. Are you still in Angola?
I am.
All right, your bond does allow you to reside and work in the state of Indiana. But I want you to pay that old fine. It looks like state minimum fee is $125. You probably got time served and $125, and then you got out and forgot about the $125. But I want you to pay that.
Sure.
All right. Waiver owes $125 in 182542 FY. I don't assume you have $125 on you today. If you do, you can pay it, but I at least want you to check in and start to make a payment to pay that. You do have $125 on
It's
you?
in the docket.
I have $5 on me, so you're doing a lot better than I am.
I just didn't bring wallet or phone or anything.
All right, that's wise. All right. Be set for pre-exam or set for a status conference in circuit court. All right, good. We'll get that old fine paid off, and a waiver is coming. Mr. George, you have a defendant in custody. You wish to discuss the bond?
Yes, sir.
All right, we can do that when you're ready. Are you also doing misdemeanor pretrials?
I think we're all set. It's one of them.
All right. So are you ready on that case?
I am.
All right, you go with the bailiff, go out in your car, get your money, pay your old fine off, and the matter will be set for status conference in circuit court.
Thank you, Ron.
Good morning, Deputy Keeley. Judge Middleton calling. Could I see Johnny J. Estelle? Yes. All right, thanks. Bye. I'm still dealing with this cold. I still don't know who PA office is. Do we have an attorney general case? They're lurking in the background there.
I don't know if it's our office. Sometimes the victims' rights people log in and
Okay.
so it could be them.
Early one morning, the sun was shining. I was laying in bed. Wondered if she changed at all, if her hair was still red. Well, let's look up Mr. Estelle. I hadn't looked at it in the context of bond. The bond was substantial. I'll remove a couple of these cases. Holy smokes. Thanks. How could you tell?
It was getting kind of low. Look,